Sometimes you feel like a nut.
Hello farmers, and welcome back to Mercury Farms. We are taking care of the weeds in the new tree field, if you will. The weeds are half in the field, half not in the field, because apparently we were seeding it, I would assume, when the weeds came along. But today there was an update to Mercury Farms, as I'm recording this on a Wednesday. And the updates to the map are where it accepts, it will now do the poplar bales for the new Anderson DLC. And the grass texture for, I would assume landscaping is what it means, has been adjusted as well. So I got a little curious. I went into the market page to look at, to see if the poplars were in there or the wood chips, to see how it was accepted. And I happened to catch something else caught my eye, was the price of the silage. So if you've been following along, you know we're playing on hard economy mode, which usually means $200 for silage at the BGA. The price is now $300, so I had to go make sure my settings were still on hard economy, which it is. So the price of silage on hard economy on Mercury Farm is $300. And since I need a second to fold this up, we'll go right in here. So yeah, first thing I'll show you is economy difficulty. We're on hard. That's wrong. And so silage is now $300. But I think the price of silage went up everywhere. I don't know if this is true on all the maps when 1.3 came out, or just Mercury Farms, or what's going on there. And the same thing with the manure. Manure not 200, but 300. So I was in here just looking for, I was trying to see, because I don't have the Anderson DLC. When you roll out the bales with the baler, is it poplar or is it actually considered wood chips? Because I can't find the poplars up here at all. So I thought it would be wood chips, but the only thing I'm seeing where you can sell wood chips is at the sawmill still. So I would assume that the sawmill just accepts the quote-unquote bale. Be my guess is what the update is, I would assume. But what I need to do is I need to head on down to the field by the house, and that field is full of weeds. I'm probably going to put him on a helper because I am going to go over to the house and redo the grass. It shouldn't cost me anything because the grass is already down. So I don't know if the grass will start growing now, if that's what the channel log update meant. So I'm just going to repaint the grass. The grass is already there, as we know. So I shouldn't get charged for it. But I just want to redo it to see if the grass will start to grow there. It may just regrow on its own. I don't know. Alright, let's get this guy out here. Actually, I probably could put this guy in course play, but we will hire a worker. And he can go ahead and weed this whole field. That needs a lime. But next time we do this field that's got corn in it, I got to plow it anyways. So we're just going to do it all together. I need to cut down the trees around here so we can extend the field. Alright, so here is the grass. The grass is already down, so let's just go right here to the store page. Landscaping. If I hit X, that'll make us over to paint. And this is the grass, and I'm going to expand this kind of big. Yeah, so I can see already I have to put it down. So you can kind of see as I'm painting, it may be hard, but what I'll do is I'll actually exit out of this so you can see. So you can see this is the area that's painted. If you look closely, you can see the grass is growing, and this is previously, before the patch. There's no grass here. So the question is, was I getting charged for that? That is a good question. Where's my money at here? Trying to get the money. 718. Yeah, it looks like I'm getting charged a little bit, but that's fine. That's all good. It's just a few dollars here and there. But that saves me from using that mod, grass mod, of having to go in, place it down, and having to delete all that stuff. Nope. Stop it. Stop it. Saving content. There we go. Alright, so now we should have grass growing around the house. So maybe in the future, except for here, I can touch it up later on. But for the most part, we got grass growing. So one of these days, like I said, sometime soon maybe, we'll get to where we make a path, maybe put some trees around up close to the house so it doesn't block our view. Maybe put a tree here or there. We don't want to block the view of the pond reservoir. We need to get the stump cutter down here, take care of that. I think we're going to put like a little beach here. A little bit of a steep hill there, but, you know, whatever. So this guy's almost done here, and what we're going to do when we get done weeding, we're going to head on over to the animal farm with a New Holland. And the grass fields, I think, need to be tended to because we can bring some silage, or excuse me, some grass to the BGA, compact it. And I think I'll sell the other silage that we have there as well, so we can get some more cash at midnight since the price has gone up. Might as well get it before maybe that gets fixed. I don't know. So it's $300 per instead of $200. So it's gone up quite a bit. So I'm going to catch this guy when he gets back up here, and I'll meet you up at the animal farm, and we'll start cutting some grass. And here we are with our mowing setup all on and ready to roll. I do believe the grass is fully grown this time. Last time we mowed it, I think it was in the first harvest stage, and I think now it's in the last harvest stage. So we might get a little bit more grass out of it. And part of me was like, where is my loading wagon? And I'm thinking my loading wagon is up at the BGA. So I'll have to go get that later on. Our Volvo truck, I don't believe, has a PTO shaft on it. I don't remember seeing one on there, but I may go get it, the loading wagon with the Volvo truck, because it's right here. And we may see if it kind of works. But really, I think the Volvo truck might be too long to be working in this area. So I might just use it as a transport. But like I said, we'll sell, I forgot what we got for silage there. I might actually have a full 140,000 liters. I don't remember. No, don't get stuck on that. There we go. So now that we're on a full harvest, we'll see how much grass we can pull out of here today. But we don't want to pass up the opportunity. Any way we can make money right now would be good. Because like I said, I would like to buy one of those nice, decent-sized big fields just above the livestock market. Probably the one further on the west side is what we'll do, not the one with the trees and everything else in it. Like I said, I was going to go over there to see what's actually in those fields. So like I said, we'll probably have to make a trip over there at some point. Really, I just clipped a tree again. Well, different tree, but... But we'll get this grass to the BGA, start compacting it. I'm pretty sure I'll forget when nighttime comes. I'll just go to... Yeah, it's actually not going to... Being seen we're at noon, it won't be ready until the next day anyway, so there's no point in rushing that. Now, in theory, with the grass at a later harvest stage, we actually should get just a little bit more yield than before. So hopefully, when we go back to the BGA to pick up the loading wagon, I think that's a full mow job that we did that's in the BGA bunker right now. I don't think I've taken any or sold any from the last time we mowed. But I do want to say it was like 140,000 liters. I'm probably wrong on that, like I'm always am with numbers sometimes. But now that I know how to put the mower back together, doing it this way, and putting the windrow in the back certainly is saving some time. Had a couple episodes there and I was like, why can't I get the mower to work in the front? And I forgot that the dual butterfly mower You have to hook up backwards. Well, or forwards, depending on how you want to look at it. But, yeah. Just me being me. But as long as I don't detach them from one another, I probably won't screw it up. But then again, maybe I could. But after we end up picking this grass up, I think we're going to go back to the field that we just weeded by the house, and I think we'll get our chainsaw out. We'll bring our Volvo truck down with the trailer. We're going to cut those trees down around that field, and then we'll bring the stump grinder down, and we'll take care of all the stumps that we created, plus the ones down by the beach. Or the future beach, I should say. Do some yard work around there and try to get everything situated for when that corn is ready to harvest. We are ready to go to make that field just a little bit bigger than what it is. And there we go. That is the bulk of the grass all taken care of. As long as I fold everything up now. And we'll fold that up as well. Alright, we're going to put this all away. Like I said, I think I'm going to grab the Volvo and go pick up the loading wagon. And while we're there, we'll take a quick peek at the bunker silo and see how much silage is in there. I think it's going to be 140. I'm not quite sure, but we'll find out here in a little while. Actually, the more I want on this side. Well, if you run on over here, yes, I haven't taken any silage out, so it's 144,000 liters of grass we got last time. The belt is here. I kind of need to move the belt. Turn it on. Nope. And the backward speed is just going to kill me. But I'm just going to move this on over to the next bunker over. Because when we get done bringing the grass down here, and I'll bring the New Holland down here, and we get compacting it, I'll probably take the loading wagon, we'll fill up the silage, and we'll sell it for a much better price than what we were going to get before. A slow belt. It's a little faster going forwards though. And also I did find out something rather interesting about the Volvo truck. So there is no PTO shaft hookup that I can see, but it works. I've already tried it. So yeah, the PTO, I mean, you're looking right here. I mean, I don't see where technically the PTO shaft hooks up, but if we come in here, I'll kind of zoom in to the PTO shaft right in the back. I'll turn it on, and it rotates. So sometimes things are best left unknown. Well, like I said, even though there's no PTO hookup to the truck, it's definitely picking up the grass. And I'd rather use the Volvo truck going up these hills. The New Holland, it does alright, but this steep hill here does slow it down quite a bit. I slow down to like about maybe 4 or 5 miles an hour sometimes. And while this Volvo does have 750 horsepower, so that's not a problem. So we'll see how much grass we pick up compared to before. Like I said, it was 144. So we'll see how much we get out of these two fields today. We still have plenty of silage, I mean, because we haven't used any in a while, and we haven't gotten any more cows, but we have plenty of silage in storage. I do at some point want to put a silo over here just for the straw, hay, and silage, so we can make the Tolmix rations here instead of at the main farm. I'll find some place to put that silo. I gotta see how much they are. I kind of forgot how much those silos are. If they're kind of cheap, maybe we'll look into it in the future. Meaning, not too long from now. Because Not this episode, though. Like I said, I would like to save the money up in order to buy a bigger field. Another field just means more income. I say that many times, but it's true. By the way it's going, as you can tell, we got one full trailer now. Before I go any further, I will say having this much weight on just the trailer hitch of the back of this Volvo, the Volvo does not like it too much. It takes all the weight off the front wheels. It's a little, at high speeds, it can get like a little swervy. That's not me making it do that. It's just either the trailer's pushing the truck or it's just taking all the weight off the front axle. But I just barely started going into the other field, picking up grass, and we already got a full trailer. So I'm thinking we might get our second full trailer today. Let's go ahead and we'll dump off our first 90,000 liters. Yeah, this is a... If it was a New Holland, it'd probably be easier backing up. I got to get used to backing up with a Volvo truck because it's got 2 steering axles on it. That's close enough. And just get a nice long section so I put it on course play. It doesn't have to go back and forth as much. Alright, backing up to the animal field, animal farm. Start picking up some more grass so we can make some silage, and the next day probably sell it. I don't know. Yeah, probably sell it. Unless I decide to, you know, splurge and buy more cows all of a sudden. But like I said, I would like to save another 200 and some odd grand to get us up to 260 so we can buy one of those fields. That would be nice. For some reason, picking up the grass in the Volvo seems like it's going slow. But I'm doing the 16 miles an hour that we're allowed to. So, I don't know, maybe because the engine's not really struggling to pull this around. That'd be my guess. So obviously, if you take the 90,000 liters we already brought in, if we collect another 50,000, that's what we got last time. But I'm thinking that we're going to get more than that, since we're already at 44,000 liters. And I got quite a few amount of rows left to go. So I think waiting for the grass to hit the full harvest stage is something I should be doing, instead of just waiting for it to turn and saying, well, I'm not doing nothing else right now, let's cut grass. I think it's definitely going to be good to wait that extra few hours. Especially now that like I said, we got enough hay and silage and storage for the cows. I don't need to rush in to go ahead and do it. But I'm thinking I might need to make some more hay next time. So I think next time what we'll do is we'll ted the grass to make some hay and put that in the storage as well. Because by then we could be adding some cows, which means they'll need more total mix rations than what we have to offer. I'm starting to wonder if I might even get a second full trailer, and I might have to make 3 trips, which I'm okay with. Well, there is our second full trailer, and I got a good amount still to go. So we went from 144,000 liters last time. This trip here will make 180 plus whatever we got left. Hello cows, how's it going? Wow, all this weight on the back of the trailer hitch. The truck does not like it. Well, with the amount that we grabbed on this load, it's going to put us over 200,000 liters of silage we'll have. So quite a bit of increase from the last time I harvested these grass fields. And as you can see, I'm not too particular of getting every blade of grass either, but it's not like last time I left huge chunks out either. So definitely going to have to check my harvest cycle on the grass, but I think I can tell the difference. Just by walking up to it, you can kind of see how full it is. I don't know if I noticed it today because of the update to the grass on the mat that it can grow. I have no idea if that has anything to do with it. I don't think so. But we ended up with almost 40,000, so we're going to be just shy of 220,000 liters of grass. So I need to bring this to the BGA, empty it out. I need to come back here, grab the New Holland. We're going to sell some silage and then head back down to that field. Like I said, cut down some trees as I hit the fence post there. So when we harvest that corn in a day or so, we'll be ready to expand the field. Well, we got all the grass taken care of. Now we're backing up to load up some silage. And man, there's just people around here with chainsaws everywhere cutting down trees apparently, because I hear them everywhere. Is this engine still on? It sure is. Pick up some grass here. Yeah, some grass. Yeah, this is silage peanut. Very good. And I don't know why it does that. Sometimes it picks up the belt. Alright, let's go back up the truck a little bit more. That's the only thing about putting down the grass in long stretches if you don't have to. When it comes time to loading, you run into the situation like I am right now, having to back up often to your belt system. Of course, if you really wanted to, you could set up a belt system to go kind of right to your unloading point at the BGA. How many liters are left here? It should be somewhat full, or pretty close to full. Full enough, I would assume. Because 50,000 and 90,000 is 140. Alright, so what we can do is we'll leave, obviously, the loading wagon here to unload. The New Holland will be here compacting, so when he gets done, he can take over the task of unloading some of the silage. And we'll get some cash at midnight. That should take all 50,000 liters. So while that's doing that, hopefully I can click on the New Holland. You know, I'll just jump to the cow pasture, it'll be easier. And we'll hop right into our New Holland, head over to the BGA so we can start compacting down the grass we just brought over. And back at the BGA. This might be a little bit rough at first, so I may make a few passes myself to kind of help compact the grass a little bit, so I don't get stuck. Just like that. Actually, let me get rid of the course play for now. And I haven't updated course play in a while, but it's been working fine for me for what I need to have it do. And I have no idea what version this is. But really, all I do course play for is to compact grass into silage and occasionally hire workers in the field. But I think right here is good. Start course recording. And then reverse. Stop. Drive course. We can hop on out. It's already at 7%. What do we end up with? 217,000 liters compared to 144 from before. You're not going to take that much more silage, but we'll dump it off. Alright, dump off that trailer. And now let's mosey on back to the animal farm to pick up the logging trailer. Well, this kind of reminds me of my Euro Truck Simulator 2 days of my Volvo VH16 Globetrotter. Staying in cab for this. because my track IR seemed to be working pretty good today. I know the day that I bought the truck, the problem I was having with my track IR was the sun was shining kind of bright in my room. And it was probably picking up a dot on the wall or something like that. That's why I was making it flicker everywhere. Although it looks kind of weird when I look over to the right. And for those of you who follow me on ATS, you'll realize when I say this, it looks weird not seeing Cindy riding over there. Although I'm not a big fan of the curtains inside the vehicle. But I do realize why they put them in there, because you sleep in there, so sometimes you want privacy. Can I stick my head out like in Euro Truck? Not so much. Alright, this is the guy we need, so on down to the field. By the house, cut some trees down with a chainsaw, trim them up, we'll bring them up to the sawmill and wrap up the episode. Maybe I may do a little bit of beach work. Alright, so here we are. First tree that needs to go is this one right here. And if you've been playing Farming Simulator long enough, you know old trees, when you cut them, fall to the left. To the left, to the left. And I don't miss trimming the trees either. I'm going to try cutting them like in half. I think our logger should be able to handle that. Hopefully I got all of the stumps, or all of the little limbs. Alright, so we got a few trees down, a few being 3. Let's see which ones we pick up and which ones we don't. So all these must have branches on them? That's not a good start. Those trees there are probably going to stay because that's more than enough for me to get closer to the fence line that we need. So I need to find out where these branches are sticking out here. Alright, so I picked up a few trees and already I'm missing my tree harvester and then debranching the limbs for me. So I'm going to continue on here. It looks like I got maybe like a half dozen or maybe a little bit more to go. So hopefully I'll see you in a few more minutes and not have many problems here debranching these things and getting them loaded up. Well, I do believe I got all the trees cut down that I want. I don't, you know, I think trees used to be a lot easier to delimb way back in 15 than they were in 17 and definitely in 19. Or it's just me. Okay, so I was thinking that one had a limb on it somewhere. Okay, picked up that one finally. Definitely don't want to back up with the autoloader on because that just creates problems, as we can see. Oh, what a mess. What a mess. I don't care if it falls out. I can pick it up with the truck. Logs are kind of on the long side, but luckily the sawmill is like right here around the corner. Alright, let's strap those babies in. Yeah, like I said, luckily we don't have to go too far. So I don't know how many trees I actually cut down, maybe 7 or 8. I'm not going to go too far up to the edge. I may cut that tree down later on. I don't think we're going to go closer to the hedgerow over there. I think what we got is fine. So we're going to slowly make our way to the sawmill. We got some pretty long logs here. Now, it used to be the longer the log, the better. The longer, the longer they are, the straighter they are, the better. But sometimes I think if you bring too long of a log, and I think this was true in 17. I think somebody did a test in this. They did long logs and brought a log there, and then reload the game, cut the same log just a little bit shorter, and they got better money. I'm not too sure about that though. Who knows? But we get what we get. I'm guessing probably like 15 or 16 because it's not really tall though, but the logs are longer, so in a way we have the same amount of wood in a way. Actually, we got 25 grand for that, or 24 too. Not too bad, just for a few trees around the corner. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to kind of head home and walk on down to the reservoir. We'll check on our courseplay worker at the BGA in just a bit. I have where the courseplay worker doesn't charge us money, so he can sit there and go back and forth all day long. I'm just wasting gas, or excuse me, diesel in the New Holland. But I'm pretty sure by the time we get there, it will be compacted. So now that we got grass growing around here, not that that was really stopping me before. Alright, so what I need to do, first things first, come in here. Anytime I do something like this, for the most part, I try to turn autosave off. Save the game at this point. And yeah, we'll take care of that stump later on, but we're going to come in here, landscape. We don't want the bubble that big. That's for darn sure. How far down can I go? So let's make the bubble a little bit smaller there. Okay, I didn't want to go that far, but landscaping doesn't charge too much. Darn, I was hoping I owned a little bit closer to the reservoir than that. But it's something I guess I can live with. Well, I guess we'll have to live with it because it's not like I can buy the reservoir. And this is just for starters here. Is it under farmhouses? There we go, deck chairs. This is actually for sleeping in, but when I saw them I said, you know what, if I'm going to have a beach down here, only one item per... Oh, I'm not going to be able to place my beach chairs down here? Man, that kind of sucks. Oh, I don't want. I mean, if I sell my house, then what's the point? Oh, I wanted to put beach chairs down here on the beach. All right, so maybe what I'll have to do is I'll have to go on the mod hubs and look for like beach material. Oh, I was gonna put like a whole bunch of chairs down here. I haven't really looked for decorations and all that kind of stuff on the mod hubs, but all right, whatever. We got our little beach here. I was hoping to get down a little bit further so we could, whatever. But at least we got the grass here. I'll get a path or something going on later on at another time. Before I forget, let me turn the autosaver back on. And how are we doing? Oh, we are compacted, so we'll just... oh, I'm stuck. Okay. Yeah, rule number 1, don't be standing on the pile when you cover it up because you can get stuck in the wrapping. Alright, so that is all compact. It looks like none spilled out, which is good. And we're going to sell as much silage as we can right now, but running at 1 time the speed, I'm sure it's not much. Actually, it took more than I thought. So we got our grass fields cut today up by the animal farm. Made some silage. And now the silage is $100 more here at the BGA. How are the prices? I didn't see what the prices were elsewhere. $223, which normally would be a really good price, but now it's not as good. And of course the straw barn, I can't deliver there because it's not bales, it's loose. So we'll have to see. But that is going to do it for today, guys. Just a quick grass mowing session and, you know, some lumber work, so we got that cornfield ready to go. I just have to bring the New Holland down, do some stump grinding, which won't take us too long. But I appreciate you watching as always, and I'll catch you next time on Mercury Farms. But until then, have a good one.